Oman has also now spoken out. Oman's Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi has called for an extension of the fragile ceasefire between US and Iran. In a post on X, al-Busaidi said following a conversation with VP Vance of America before the conflict, both he and Trump had a genuine and strong preference to avoid conflict. He said, and I quote, "Success may require everyone to make painful concessions, but this is nothing compared to the pain of failure and war," quote unquote. So the Oman Foreign Minister calling for an extension of the ceasefire after the talks' failure, Ambassador Gupta.
I'm sure there would be some more attempts. Some other countries also, if they're not, telling directly, they may be telling in the background to the relevant people that the ceasefire should continue and should be expanded, and reconsideration should be given to, resume the talks. But I do not see any possibility of resumption of talks in the coming few days. I agree with Major General Mathur that on the issue of Strait of Hormuz, Iran will be isolated because Europe has already condemned it. Asia Pacific countries are going to condemn it. Rest of the world is going to condemn it, and it is also going to set a very bad precedence for the future. In addition, in case it is closed completely, then Iranian oil exports will also not happen. So the only source of Iranian income today is their oil exports. And if those are stopped, what kind of economic recovery Iran can plan, I don't know. Because if US wants to blockade the entire Hormuz, it is possible. And in that case, Iran will be the greatest sufferer. Of course, the other countries will suffer. Countries like Kuwait and Oman and others will also suffer, but they can still survive because they have a lot of savings and investments and other sources of income. But Iran has no other source of income and their economy will collapse. So I think this is one issue where Iran will have to think. In my view, Iran overplayed its card, and they will have to suffer if they continue to do not make any concession on the talks. If they come, if they if they come forward in the coming few days and make some concessions, I think the talks can resume. And the efforts are underway from Turkey side, from Egyptian side, and also I think the European Union. President of France has spoken to some people. I'm sure some other countries will also intervene, and pressure will be put on both sides to resume the talks. And that can happen, but not immediately, but in the coming few days, after 3-4 days, I think the talks can resume, not at this level, but at a very lower level, at official level, to work out the nitty-gritty. And this was a golden chance because after 79, the first time the talks were held at such a high level,
Yes.
and it was a direct conversation.
Yes.
And that was a golden opportunity for Iran to, reach a final, deal. But unfortunately, that has not happened. And I believe Iran has overplayed its card, and I believe they will be isolated on a Strait of Hormuz issue, and they will have to somehow suffer economically much more than US. And if they continue to do so, their current regime may face internal rebellion as well. That is my feeling.
Meanwhile, Israel's finance ministry has revealed that the war with Iran launched with US